Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we're just going to talk about like simple questions in regards to our experiences as immigrants in Australia. So I have prepared some questions
Okay.
for both of us. Okay? So this is like we didn't prepare any answers to this, just like okay, let's do this. Okay. So number 1 question is, what motivated you to move to Australia, and how did you choose your destination city?
Well, there's several factors why I moved to this country. And the first is it's just better life,
Mm.
and it's clean, no pollution, almost no corruption. Yeah, there's corruption on bigger level, but normal people they don't really suffer from the political corruption, and
Why
it's
did you
just
choose Perth? Oh, of
well,
course, for you,
I went to
Sydney.
Sydney. I
Yeah,
went to
so
Sydney
why
first
did you?
because my sister was in
Yes,
Sydney.
okay. You tell them.
Yeah, my sister, she's been living in Sydney since 2007. And then when I moved to this country, I went straight to Sydney
Okay,
because of my sister, and I lived with her for almost a year.
okay. And
Yeah.
then why did you and when? Why did you move to Perth and when?
So I moved to Perth in 2022, March 2022. And the reason why I moved to Perth is my studies. I started doing Diploma of Community Services in Stotts College. It's a private college in Perth CBD, and that's the reason why I moved to Perth. I wanted to study in a regional
Ah, okay.
area of Australia, and yeah, and that's not the only reason why I moved to Perth. My sister moved here during COVID because they planned to buy a house at that time, but the plan changed. Yeah, so I moved to Perth in 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As for myself, what motivated me to move to Australia? I think it's like similar but different at the same time. It's same because of course like we know how different the life here in Australia compared to what we have in Asia
Yeah.
overall. And then like just getting out of the country, it's like the hope that a lot of Asians are looking
Mm,
forward,
true.
to get out of the country and then to build their life outside of their country. And Perth because my father lives here,
Hmm.
and yes, I'm living with my sister now as well.
Okay.
So number 2 question is, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced during the initial adjustment period? Like the first 3 months, first months, like how did you adjust? Like what were the challenges? What's.
Well, to be honest, I didn't really had any challenges. I was actually happy, moving to a new country, new experience, the new things that I was going through, the new experiences. I didn't really took them as challenges.
Mm.
It was just something new for me,
Okay.
and it was a good challenge, if you
Yeah.
want to call it challenge. It was good. Using how to pay via credit card.
Yeah.
There was a debit card or credit card,
Yeah.
you know and then I set up your schedule for uni and your
Mm.
work. I started the first time I ever worked was here
Mm.
in Sydney, and yeah, working, then going to uni simultaneously, making new friends, new language. Not really new language, but having everyday conversations in a language that you don't really speak,
Mm.
like often in India. So yeah, those were my challenges, if you want to call them challenges. Yeah.
Okay, for me, the biggest challenge or the biggest adjustment that I have to make here is, how we speak. Of course, we speak English in our own country.
Yeah.
We've been taught English since grade one,
Yeah.
kinder, etc.
Yeah.
But the accent that they have, I think that's the
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
challenge for
Yeah.
me.
Strong
Is
accent.
the strong accent, and for them, we have strong accent as
Yeah.
well.
True.
Us not speaking how they speak is a strong accent for them as well.
Yeah.
So adjusting the communication, I
Mm.
think that's the biggest challenge.
Mm.
But as you communicate
Mm.
this, that, because of course I first worked at Hungry Jacks, like
Yeah.
I worked with Asians there as well.
Yeah.
But like being on the, what's that, like the front counter, asking what they want to order,
Yeah.
and then you get used to them. Okay, I want a cheeseburger, that's that,
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get used to it. So I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
that's the biggest challenge. And of course, when you first came here, like you don't have your own money, like before
Yeah.
you get your job, you don't have your own money.
Mm.
You just have pocket money from your parents, this,
Yeah.
that, and you need to be, what's that, like be wise with everything you spend. Like, oh, this is cute, but of course, that's not my priority right now.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think that's mine. Okay, number three question. Just making sure it's recording. Number three question. How did you find Australia? How did you find and settle into your community in Australia? I don't know like what this question means. Like how do you find, like, of course like there's Indians here, there's Filipino here. How do you find them here in Australia?
So the place that I moved to, um, the first place that I moved to when I came to this country was Parramatta,
Yeah.
and you've been there.
Yeah.
You know how many Indians live in Parramatta, right? Just to confirm,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
a lot of Indians in Parramatta, and I worked in Harris Park for almost 2 years,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like mini India. So, but the problem is there's people from different communities, different states
Yeah.
from India, and we don't speak the same language, we don't have the same culture, same religion, a lot of, different stuff. So, well, I'm from Punjab, so there is a big Punjabi community, but it's not like I had to settle down,
Yeah,
you
with
know,
them.
with them.
Yeah.
So it was okay,
Yeah. Okay.
but not really, I didn't really struggle with it or anything. It's just chill,
Yeah.
you know. What about you?
So as for me, like there's a lot of Filipinos in Perth now, and now it's 2024. But back in like 2 years ago, 2022, when I first came here, there's not much. But now in the bus stops, everywhere, it's like you hear, oh, they're speaking Tagalog, this, that, this,
Yeah.
that. But I didn't really had like like I need to be with them. I need to be with them like that.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
need to belong with them.
Yeah.
Just to be able to survive in a
Yeah.
different country.
Yeah.
It's just like of course they are big help, of course, because when you feel like you're not home, and then you still hear the Filipinos talking Tagalog, and then of course the titas in church, like just you seeing them is like big support system for you as well. Like you're not the only Filipino in Australia,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And to those who have succeeded in their journey here, it's like an inspiration.
Nice.
Yeah, number four. What were some cultural differences you encountered, and how did you adapt to them? Okay, I'm gonna answer this first.
Yeah. Sure.
So, so the cultural difference that I encountered, siguro, siguro the the tabo, the deeper when you use when you.
When you
Yeah,
PWOP,
yeah.
the camera just fell down. Okay, we're gonna set it up again. There we are.
Ay, it's too up, love.
It's too up. How about now?
No, I think it changed. No, don't do that yourself. You can do this. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, so as I was saying, the cultural differences I encountered, I don't know if it's cultural differences. You know how they just use tissue or wet wipes, but in Philippines we always use like bidet, or like the deeper with water
same,
on it,
same.
that is the one. And what else? I think that's the number one striking in my brain right now. What about you?
Well, to be really honest, Uh, I didn't struggle with the tissue paper, the toilet paper.
You've adapted well.
I adapted really quick
Okay.
because that's more convenient.
Okay.
Like when you go to school, go to
Yeah,
work.
but the thing is that it's okay to adapt, but you don't feel like, oh, it's clean enough like that.
No, I'm really good at cleaning it with the tissue.
Okay.
Um, yeah, a lot of cultural difference. Back in your village, back in Asia, I'm from a small village, so everybody knows everyone.
Yeah.
You know,
Ah,
and you have what do you guys call chica, the gossips.
yeah, gossips.
So, but here nobody cares about.
Marites.
Yeah, nobody cares about anyone.
Okay.
You don't even know your neighbors here.
Yeah.
You don't know who lives next to you,
Yeah.
and which
Which
is
has a lot of pros and cons.
I I'll say a lot of
Pros.
pros,
Yes, yes.
less cons.
Yeah, okay.
Because
No,
if
but
you
when you need something.
yeah, if you have family here,
Yeah.
then you don't really have any cons. But if you don't have family,
Well,
it's a good
it's
thing if you have,
okay.
if you have a good relationship with
Yeah.
your neighbors. Yeah,
Okay.
not really much cultural difference.
Wow, coming from an Indian. I think not everyone would relate to what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's based on our own experiences. Yes, and number five question is, how has your perception of Australia changed since you first arrived? Like, what were you thinking about Australia before and now? Just
You
short
you answer
answer.
first. You answer first.
Okay. I think it didn't change much at all. Cause when I first came here, I had like high expectation, and so far I'm still here because of course those expectations are being met. That's I think what I can say.
Yeah.
Short and sweet, bro.
Yeah, the. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's move on to number six. Okay. How has your experience with the Australian job market been?
I'll say good. I had positive experience. Yeah. What about you?
For me, it was like I think it's different in my case because of course I graduated as engineer in Philippines, and then when I first came here while waiting for the engineering job, I worked at Hungry Jacks, and then luckily and I'm blessed because someone helped me had the was that like job interview to get into like engineering company, this that. But overall I think if you want, or you're persevering to have a job, and you have the ability to do it, I think it's gonna be okay. Not, but of course the restrictions with the visa that you're having is one factor as well. Yep. Okay. Okay, I don't know what number are we. Okay. Can you share any memorable or unexpected positive experiences you've had in Australia? Memorable positive experience.
Uh, Meeting you was one of the really,
Talaga ba?
you know, positive and really nice experience. Yeah. So this country gave me my wife. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
Soon, soon.
soon.
Okay.
Are we gonna cut this? Okay, we're gonna edit this one.
Okay. So for me, of course, that's same as me. Copy paste. Copy paste. Oh, you don't want that to be my Yeah, of course, I met him through my friend in church, Praise. And I think, of course, you're the number one. Number two is, maybe the financial stability. Like I don't know if it's like, if I can say that's a memorable or positive experience, maybe more on a positive outcome of being here. Like of course, the cost of living is high, but being able to send money to your loved ones in Philippines and India whenever they need help. Of course, it's not like you have like $1 million savings, but just being, yeah, I know. We don't, guys. We pay rent, we pay car, we pay the gas, we pay everything. Like when we receive the bill, it's like almost 80% was already allocated into something. And the thing that we enjoy ourselves is just this much. So whenever they see us posting on social media, it's not like we're not, we're just doing this to our money. Yes. And last question, how do you maintain connections with your home country while living in Australia?
I have no connections with my home country. My almost all of the family is here,
Yeah. So
except
blessed.
one sister,
Yeah.
Rima. She's in India, and
You always
my
talk to
chacha
them.
chachi,
Yeah.
my uncle and aunt. And yes,
So
I
you
just miss them.
regularly,
My cousin,
you
Eku,
regularly message
yeah,
them
my
in.
auntie, uncle, and my sister
So how do
and
you
sister's
maintain?
family. I call them, I video call them, I
Regularly.
talk to them, and that's it. I don't really miss India,
Yeah.
but I miss the people I left behind.
Yeah.
The memories I left behind, my friends. I have friend, one of my really old friends, Sukhdeep, Kalu. He's here. He's in Sydney. Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
met him.
yeah, so I don't really.
Feel that.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, I don't. I'm blessed that I had the opportunity to move to a better place.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not saying anything bad about my country, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they know what you mean
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I think me maintain connection. Of course, my mom and my niece is there, and my cousins, my uncles, my
Yeah.
aunties are there. I just regularly message them how are they, through Facebook Messenger and then video calls. And of course, we're planning to go back to Philippines, secret when. But yeah, it's just, a matter of, maintaining communication and making them feel that we're always, that we're always here for them, even when we're not physically there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, I think that's it for our first semi podcast. Wow, feeling. What can you say? What is your, I think, like how we close it, like a short advice to like people who are, looking forward to migrate to Australia.
Just be chill. Everything's gonna fall into the place, and just have patience. If you believe in God, keep believing in God. If you don't, start believing in God. Everything will be okay. That's all.
Yay! And that's it for today, guys. Bye bye.